much do you need your cashier's check for?
It'll be $23,782. We have arrived. You ready?
Gang, gang.
Before we go in, I wanted to tell you something.
What?
Wow. I was just going to tell you that I'm proud of you. It's taken a lot of hard work and a lot of energy and effort and a lot of planning and strategy and just everything that we've been doing for the last 3-ish years to get to this point. And I'm extremely proud of you, and I thank you so much for being by my side the whole way. And I know I've told you that on the side, but I just wanted to tell you publicly as well that I love you and I appreciate you.
I appreciate you. You put in way more work than I have, so.
The next time before I say something sweet, don't roll your eyes.
Reporting live from water. We are here for our final walkthrough of the property. This is actually my first full walkthrough of the property. Marek has already walked the property all the way through last weekend. We're closed on Tuesday, so we just want to come in here and check it out one last time. Make sure you know red flags.
Yeah, we just saw like a whole family of deer in there.
Yeah, it was like at least 4. Both of us saw 4 of them. It was like running and scattering when we was walking by.
On that first video, we saw one. Somebody commented and was like, it looked like that deer was going to tell his whole family that y'all was there.
Listen.
And it actually was, because there was just like 4 of them that just ran and scattered.
Like, they back.
Yeah. But yeah, we just basically want to come and kind of assess the slope of the land, make sure there's no environmental concerns, which we're not experts in that, but we do kind of know some of the basics to look for.
Yep.
And just want to take a final walkthrough and just make sure that everything we think
you talking.
is good to go.
There it is, here it is. Oh, there's another one. You seen them jumping over that thing?
Jumping over what?
They was jumping over something to get over here. Come here, friend. I want to be your friend. What I gotta do, sing to you? Why you don't want to be my friend?
It's kind of hard to see on video, but like right through here, all through here, it's pretty much a lot of erosion has taken place, and you can see that the water runs this way. So this is running parallel to the street almost, and then the length of the property is this way. And then there's another one kind of back there that also runs the same direction. The property is the steepest at the back southwest corner, and then it pretty much rolls downhill towards the front. So we'll have to incorporate this into our drainage plan, you know, some way, somehow. Up front this way, as you look straight on, this is basically, the street would be straight ahead that way, and the street runs this way. So we might have to do like a tiered structure to where you come in and you got row of homes on this side that's kind of higher up, and then as the ground slopes down this way, another row that's lower. Or if we're going to just regrade it and try to make the whole area flat, we probably have to do some sort of a retention wall on the south end of the property. So all things to consider, all things we've been looking at. The more work you have to do to moving dirt, the more expensive it gets. So we're going to try to see what we can do with the landscape as it currently sits. She's falling in love with some of these trees that are kind of cool.
I keep getting turned around in here. I keep trying to go like, I'm like, let's stay down the middle, and then I end up on one end of the property. I'm like, oh shit. But it's pretty cool.
So today is a very, very, very exciting day. You want to tell them what today is, baby?
We're closing. That's it.
We are closing on the property right now. We are headed to the bank to pick up a cashier's check for the funds, and then we're gonna head to Overland Park to the title company in order to sign our lives away and the documents away, and it should be pretty exciting.
Yep.
Got all the files yesterday.
Yeah.
Looked over everything, looked over all the paperwork. Paperwork looks good. So from here, it's just a few last steps and then the property is ours. You ready to write some checks today? It's a lot of money.
Whew. I'm ready to have the property. I ain't ready to part ways with my money, but you know, you gotta exchange. Let's go spend some bread.
Go ahead.
Thank you.
Hello. Let's grab a cashier's check.
So how much do you need your cashier's check for?
It'll be $23,782.
I'll probably ask for your ID because of the dollar amount.
Okay, no problem.
I just have to go grab him because it's over my limit.
Okay.
A few moments later.
All right. Thank you very much. All right, and we keep the top copy, the top half, right?
The white one, yes.
Okay. Perfect. All right, thank you. Have a good
Thanks,
one.
you too.
Oh my gosh, we just signed our, well, we ain't signed our life away yet, but we just got the check, which is, it's out the account now. What you got to say?
Don't lose this. We have arrived. You ready?
Gang, gang.
Before we go in, I wanted to tell you something.
What?
Wow. You like being at the head of the table?
A lunch.
Well, it's a done deal. We are official. It's ours.
It's ours. So
It's just got to be recorded,
yeah.
which can take a little longer now because of COVID, but very soon the land records will be updated.
Now come on, city.
Yeah, something that's might be making you wonder is, well, wait a second, did you guys buy the land before you got the plans approved from the city? And the answer to that question is yes.
Yes.
Before you click off the video, let us explain why. So the first reason is because, number one, we bought this property for significantly less than market value. That's an opportunity that doesn't stick around for a long time.
Almost
we actually saw two properties disappear, two very feasible properties disappear out from underneath of us and get bought up prior. The second reason is you have to have a plan. You don't just get to say, hey, Kansas City, hey, whatever city, can we do this? You actually have to present a plan that's detailed with everything you're going to do. The topography of the land, the layout of the structures, what kind of structures are coming in, where they're going to be placed, how you're going to run your electric, how you're going to run your water. You have to have a plan for stormwater runoff and how that's going to affect the natural bodies of water in the area. I mean, there's just, I could talk for 20 minutes about everything that's going to be required as part of that plan. It's really hard to draw up a plan on a property that you don't own. And so what we didn't want to do was spend a bunch of money with engineers and then end up not getting that land or the contract to fall through, and now we've kind of wasted all that money.
And then you have to find another piece of property and do the exact
Find
same
another
thing
piece of
over
property
again.
and draft up all your plans again. And they're going to change because every parcel
It's
is
gonna
shaped
look
different and looks different, so your layout's going to look different. Everything's going to be different. So we didn't want to run into that issue either. We figured worst case scenario, if we can't get the final approval from the city, now we've just tied up our cash in an asset. But you know, by clearing the trees and some of the improvements we're going to be making to the property, there's always the option to resell the property if we have to. But we don't even want to think like that because we're going forward and we're excited and we're going to do everything we need to do to get our plans approved. The last thing I'll say on that though is I think the cash aspect of it is what protects us, right? If we were borrowing this money from a bank or taking this money from an investor, well, now the clock has started, right? Because we got to get this thing done so that we can get rental income coming in and we can get investors paid back and we can get banks paid back. But where we're cash flowing the front half of this project, it actually kind of protects us and kind of gives us a little bit more wiggle room to make a decision like that. So we're not taking a penny from any investor. We're not taking a penny from any bank until our full plans are approved and we have the green light, the green check, and everything is good to go. And so that's kind of the assurance that the investors have and that the bank has, that, you know, everything, all the risk is gone. We're taking all the risk on the front end. And by the time they come into the picture and start making a you know, start funding it, all of that risk is already gone and out of the way and taken care of. Yep. So that's kind of our thoughts on that and why we decided to do that. I know it's long-winded, but a lot of people want to know. And if you're thinking about doing something like this, that's a decision you have to make, a big decision.
Because you can be, you know, under a contract with a piece of parcel that you really love and do all that upfront stuff and just have it written in your contingency for the entire approval process. Yeah. And then you still run the chance of, you know, we still run the chance of, of not getting approved. But we're going to get approved, so. Yeah.
If you can find a land seller that's willing to make the sale of the property contingent upon your full 3-month, 4-month approval process, by all means. Yes. But we just didn't find that as an option here. And, you know, based on the purchase price, we decided to pull the trigger on it and go forward.
Because scared money don't make no money. Shout out to my students. They put me on.
Let's take a celebratory shot. Keeping in mind that she's pregnant. Cheers.
Crazy. All right. Next order of business. Moving right along. We're in the middle of the forest. In the city. Isn't that fun to say? This is how the deer are. Oh, careful, babe. Pay attention.
Almost wiped out trying to record. Man, I hope y'all smash the like button for this. Okay. This is some work. I wonder where she went.